Welcome to Cybernews from Incarpathos.com. You give us your time, we will give you the news. This week, October 15, 2007. Our stories. 1. Dry run for transfer of antiquities to New Acropolis Museum completed. The dry run for the transfer of artifacts and antiquities from a small outdated museum atop the Acropolis to the new ultra-modern Acropolis Museum on Macraggiani Street, some 400 meters away and off the Acropolis south side, was successfully completed at the site on Thursday in optimum weather conditions, ahead of the actual transfer operation on Sunday. 3 large industrial cranes set up on the renowned archaeological site, one within the remains of the classic Lyra Theatre of Dionysus and one adjacent to the Acropolis Museum, successfully maneuvered a container carrying a 2.5-ton block of marble from atop the Acropolis Hill to the new glass and steel facility. The first stage of the transfer will take place on Sunday, during which the 3 cranes will carry out an aerial transfer of a section of the western frieze of the Parthenon Temple, one of the heaviest exhibits to be transported from the old museum to the top floor of the new museum, which has been named the Parthenon Hall. The transfer operation of the exhibits from the old museum to the new Acropolis Museum is in the best of hands. It is in the hands of people with knowledge, experience and, most of all, with a high sense of responsibility, Culture Minister Mihalis Liapis said, after watching the trial run. He expressed certainty that the entire operation will be completed safely, adding that the new Acropolis Museum will negate whatever claims, an indirect reference to the British Museum's leadership, of the lack of modern spaces in the Greek capital to host antiquities, while noting that it was late. Greek statesman Constantine Karamanlis, Liapis' uncle, who 30 years ago had envisioned a new Acropolis Museum. 2. Archbishop Christodoulos undergoes supplementary tests in Jackson Memorial Hospital. Archbishop of Athens and all Greece Christodoulos underwent new supplementary tests at the Jackson Memorial Hospital in Miami on Thursday. His post-operational condition is developing satisfactorily, according to Dr. Andreas Sakis, while the type and place of the Archbishop's therapeutical treatment has not yet been decided because doctors are waiting for all the results of tests carried out. Archbishop Christodoulos received the telephone call from Ecumenical Patriarch Vartholomeos on Thursday, while he was also visited in his room by Greece's ambassador to Washington Alexandros Malias. His close associates and the Greek general consul in Tampa, Andreas Sikaris, are remaining by his side. According to an associate of Archbishop Christodoulos, he expressed the desire to return to Greece, but he is waiting to see what doctors will propose to him. 3. Government on rebuilding program for fire-stricken areas. Alternate government spokesman Evangelos Antoneros on Thursday outlined details of a government program for rebuilding homes and other structures destroyed in the devastating fires of the past summer, based on a ministerial decision signed by Environment, Town Planning and Public Works Minister George Suffley as the previous day. He described the program as huge and said it provided for the rebuilding of 2,100 structures, of which 1,000 were residences, and the repair of another 1,500, of which more than 800 were residences. Antoneros clarified that the measures included all buildings, regardless of whether they were a main residence or holiday home, provided that they had not previously been abandoned. He reported that the estimated cost of the program was roughly €150 million, which would be taken out of the special fund for emergencies, and that the building work would not be handled by the ministry centrally but by individual owners who would receive free financial assistance from the government. The spokesman said that the state aid would be paid in 3 installments, starting with an initial payment of 35% and then 2 equal installments as the work progressed, except for work costing less than. 4. Government on bid to cut down red tape. Alternate government spokesman Evangelos Antoneros on Thursday stressed that the government placed great emphasis on cutting down red tape and pointed to an Interior Ministry circular calling for a reduction of the signatures needed for issuing official documents and administrative actions to no more than 3. According to Antoneros, the circular sought to eradicate instances when certain administrative processes and documents had required applicants to get 6, 10 or more signatures without any justification whatever. He noted that the involvement of several administrative bodies and services in processes made them dysfunctional and was an obstacle to attempts to modernize public administration.